Hi guys, welcome back to my channel from the Witch's Garden. For any of you that don't know, my name is Peggy and I am trying to grow a cut flower garden on my allotment here in Kanagawa Prefecture, Japan, which is just south of Tokyo. Okay, so in my last videos you'll have seen that I have started planting out all of my seeds for next year's garden. So I've got them growing in my seed pod, is what I'm calling it, behind me. And they're doing really well. I potted some on last week, 2 weeks ago, and luckily they all survived, even though I was a little bit heavy-handed with it. But I'll let you have a look. Sorry, the baby's banging away behind me. But let's look at those seeds. Okay, so here are the things that I potted on before. These are my sweet pea, which I'm starting to think are going to need to go in the ground really soon. Now, the guy who lives next door to me actually has a really big garden because they have a cafe and they grow lots of food for the cafe in the garden. And I was watching him last week and he has been preparing his beds for new plantings as well. And he's already planted out his sweet pea. Now he's been living there for decades and has been growing in the garden for decades. So I'm tempted to say he knows what he's doing. And as soon as I find out if I'm going to get my plot back, if I get the same plot, the same allotment, which I will find out tomorrow, I might put these in the ground because they're getting really long and leggy and I don't think they're going to like being in their pots much longer. And if he's doing it, I trust him with his regional knowledge a lot more than I trust the seed packet. So these guys might be going in the ground a lot earlier than I thought they would. But first we need to see if we get the allotment back. Next up we have all of my cornflower, which is doing really well and it's getting really big. And again, I have 16 of these. On my garden plan, I only actually need to plant up 3 or 4, so I don't have a clue what I'm going to do with the rest of them. There's not much room for me to plant them in my own garden, so... Are you playing with the water toys? Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do with all these spare cornflower. Next, I've got my statice, which I have not planted on yet, because it's still just teeny tiny. Starting to come though. Now, I tried to grow statice last year as well and got nothing at all, so I'm just giving this time. This is my stock, which is doing really well and getting big. And then next to that are the 3 other sweet pea that I put in because I didn't have enough. I wanted a few extra ones for in the garden. So that's the sweet pea that I planted just last week and that's how much it's grown already. Okay, then next we have my gypsophilia, or baby's breath, which I genuinely thought I might have killed because I was so heavy-handed with it. They were so tiny when I was transplanting them, and I don't need much of this for in the garden as well. But it looks like it's going to bounce back and do okay, which is great news, because I really didn't have enough filler in my garden last year. Earlier this week I actually planted out some of my calendula. I realised that it should have been okay for me to have put that in. So I've put some calendula seeds in there to grow. And so the only other seeds I have in are my snapdragon. And you can see that these are getting really big. So this is my job for today. I'm going to be thinning out my snapdragon. For any of you that haven't watched my other videos, I live next door to a tennis court. So that's the noise you can hear is tennis balls. Are you helping? You can organize the seats? Oh, thanks. Okay, so the snapdragon I have in here are, this is the monarch ones, really pretty, a monarch mixed snapdragon. I've got my really fancy ones, these are Madame Butterfly Double Series, also mixed. They're beautiful, I'm really excited about these ones. And I have some of the ones that I don't know how to pronounce, Potomac, dark orange, which are also really pretty, but more of the traditional snapdragon shape. I do have another couple of snapdragon that I will be putting in the garden that I haven't planted yet. These ones all say to plant around the January time, so that's what I'll wait for. So I've got these nice kind of white ones, again the more traditional snapdragon shape. I have a bronze dragon, there's no picture on this packet, but a bronze dragon which looks a bit like this. It should. Thank you. And I have a night and day one as well. Okay, so I really need to thin these out now. They've all done really well, but the problem is these seeds are so tiny like so tiny, like dust, and I really couldn't see how many I was actually putting into each cell while I was planting them. Now I've seen flower farmers sit and do this using a toothpick and literally picking up a couple of seeds with a toothpick and putting them into each cell, and maybe that's what I'm gonna have to start doing next year. This one, the Monarch, I do actually have more of these seeds, which is great, but for my Madame Butterfly and the Potomac, this is everything that came in the seed packet. And I hate thinning things out. I'm so bad at it. It's like, why do you want to kill your plants? I spent so long growing these. But I know that I need to do it or they're not going to thrive. They'll all just choke each other out and there won't be enough nutrition for them. So I need to go ahead and thin these out. But going forward in the next years, I will make sure that I'm a bit more careful as to how many seeds I'm actually putting into each seed cell, because I hate chopping their wee heads off. Which brings me to the next point of how I thin them out. I used to just pull them up, but because they're so close together and their roots are so fragile, now I use scissors. And I just go in and cut the stems of the ones that I don't want to grow any further, and that means that you're not disturbing the roots of the other ones that you're leaving in at all, and it just makes it much easier as well. So that's what I'm going to do, is go through and choose the biggest one in each cell and cut the others away, and try not to cry while doing it. We'll start easy doing these little ones. This is my Potomac, and I don't know if I was just better at the seeds because there was less in the packet, so I was a bit more careful with it, or if as not many of the seeds have germinated, but this one's a lot less packed than the other two. Okay, so that's them all thinned out. You'll see that I was a bit of a wimp and I haven't taken it down to one plant per cell. Which I'm going to take that one out, it's too close. You know, I am still a bit scared that I'm not going to end up with enough. And like I say, although I've got more of the Monarch seeds, I don't have more of the other seeds. So I have left 2, sometimes 3 in there, just as a backup, basically. As one becomes more dominant, then I'll be more confident in cutting out the other ones. But right now, they're all about the same size, and they're putting out their first true leaves. Some of them are a bit further on, they're on their 3rd set of leaves. Which gives me a bit more confidence, but I just don't want to risk it. So I've given them more room. There's definitely more space for them in there. There's not as much competition for them in there, but I'm not down to 1 per cell yet because I'm not brave enough. So that is my chore for today done. These guys all thinned out. I'm going to give them a bit more water because they're feeling a little bit dry. So I'll give them a little bit of water and then pop them back into my seed pod. It's a bit exciting seeing all of this fill up. I just hope that I do actually have an allotment to put them on. Yeah. So I've said a few times, if I get my allotment back, I will find out tomorrow, guys. Tomorrow, hopefully. I will find out. Now, they choose the allotments here by drawing names out of a hat, and they are going to be doing that at the Fujisawa City office. So I am hoping to get down there tomorrow. It is very much weather and child dependent whether I do that. If I don't get down tomorrow, they will inform me by post within the next couple of weeks. But I'm very impatient, so I want to know tomorrow. So get it back. Now, I might get my plot back, which would be great. It means I'll be able to get my sweet pea and stuff in the ground and start preparing the soil and getting everything ready, which is great. We have very, very mild winters here, so I don't really need to overwinter so much. I can start preparing my soil and things now. The ground very, very rarely freezes here. But there is a possibility that I get an allotment, but it's not the same one, in which case I won't be allowed onto that allotment until February. So I'll have to hold off and keep growing all of this stuff on at home until the person that's there now clears off what's there and I can move in and put my stuff in February. So I'm really hoping I get my plot back just so I can get a jump on things and get my sweet pea in the ground because my neighbour did it, and get things started. So this is all I can do today. I've got these guys thinned out and I'll have to keep growing on at home until I know if I get my plot or if I get a different plot, in which case we'll go and kind of suss out the new plot, have a look around, see what it's like. That's all I can do. So thanks for sticking with me. If you want to see if I get my plot, what happens to all these, and what happens with the garden, then please remember to hit the subscribe button below. And I will see you guys next week. Bye. Squirrel, say bye. Bye. Good girl.